Chris coming at you with something different, or at least for this channel. I've never done a haul video. I've, over the past few months, collected quite a bit of Nintendo gaming paraphernalia. The first thing I've collected is this question mark mug, which is great and all. It was only 10 bucks, but it's got a bit of like a weird lip to it that makes it hard to drink from. Yeah, see, you get a bit of coffee drizzle down there, but otherwise it looks very cool. Maybe I'll turn it into a planter. But yeah, let's get on with the haul. We're gonna start strong and we're gonna end strong. So starting with Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo was a really good find. I was at a flea market and I saw this for $20. Can you believe it? First of all, I don't haggle. I don't do anything like that. I see the price, I either accept it or I don't. Offered to buy it and they gave it to me for 10 bucks, which is insane. So $10 for a really good Super Nintendo game. They also have like a 64 version of this, and there's an arcade version. The 64 version I don't think is as good. You could actually try it out on the Virtual Console on the Switch. This version is great. I heard the arcade version is good, so I guess it might be, but I haven't tried it out, so this by far is my favorite version of Killer Instinct. Really, really solid find. Next up, we have Pez dispensers. These, I think they were selling them at all over the place, Walmart and other stores. My friend Kinga actually picked these up for me, said, I think you would want these. And I said, I definitely do want these. I'll probably display them somewhere after eating the delicious purple and orange Pez's that come with it. But yeah, we got the princess herself, Peach, which should have peach flavored, but you know, whatever. I'm not their marketing person. We got Mario, got his orange Pez, purple. We got Luigi, who just straight up likes his grape. His purple Pez. There he is. And Toad. Also, it looks like there'd be a Donkey Kong and a Yoshi. I don't have those, but I got these. Next up, we have ornaments. I actually got these last year from my sister. She wanted me to have them. I was going to put them on a Christmas tree. I was going to make some Christmas content and completely didn't. I hope to do so this year and get a little tree and put these little amazing decorations on it. I just need to get a tree topper. I don't know what I would top the tree with. Ideally, a giant star, but I got nothing yet. So you can leave suggestions in the comments if you would like. Next up, we have... Actually, these aren't actually Nintendo products at all. Between the 64 and the Wii U, I was actually a PlayStation gamer. One of the reasons why I got the PS2 was this game. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which I used to have in my collection along with a lot of these other games that I sold in order to make money to play World of Warcraft because I didn't have a job at the time. And I instantly regretted it because a lot of these games I only got like $1 or $2 for, and now I had to pay like, well, this one was $15. Some games get a lot more pricey. But I'm glad to have this one back in my collection. I'll eventually get Grand Theft Auto 3 as well, which I also sold. But this is also, as you probably know, on the Switch now. It lost the license to have a lot of the good songs like, you know, Sunglasses at Night and Billie Jean. You got Michael Jackson on here. Anyway, and a big part of these Grand Theft Auto games is the soundtrack. It's what makes them so memorable and gives them that vibe. So yeah, really happy to have this back in my collection, and I will be playing through it. I'm sure right before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. I almost said 5, but 5's been out for over 10 years. Then another game that has a lot of nostalgia for me is a lot of my friends had the previous iterations of this game, the 1, 2, and 3 of Tony Hawk. when number 4 came out, I had a little bit of income from my paper route, and I wanted to get this. And then, you know, you want to be the star friend who brings a new game over to your friend's place. And I introduced everyone to Tony Hawk 4, and I played the shit out of this game, and it's my favorite to date. Part of it's nostalgia, but also I didn't really like the mechanics in Underground where you jump off the board. I don't know, maybe it is better, but this one has a soft place in my heart, and I'm looking forward to playing the remaster that's coming out on the Switch. I think later this month, maybe in a week or so. And then the last PlayStation 2 game I got is Killzone. This game I played the shit out of as well. Me and my buddy, back when PlayStation 2 had its online service, we had this, we had our headset, and we got pretty high ranks in this, and we had a cool guild going, and it was a lot of fun to play. The weapons are a lot of fun. The Hellgast and I forget what the humans are called. They both had their distinct weapons and were a lot of fun to play. Yeah, I wish they would remaster this game. There was a Killzone 2, which was pretty good from what I recall, and the Killzone 3, I don't remember at all. But yeah, this was a great game, and I'm happy to have it back in my collection. Next up, we have the Switch 2, which isn't a retro game or anything like that. And I did already make a video of this on the channel, unboxing it right here. But yeah, picked this up recently at launch, and I have been streaming a lot of Mario Kart World, and I plan to make a bunch of videos on that and the new Donkey Kong game that's coming out, and I want to play the remastered of the Zeldas and also every other game that comes out on this console. Having a lot of fun with it, and yeah, look for more Switch 2 content. Next up, we have this little fella. This creepy little, the camera doesn't even want to focus on him. The newer Lego Mario guy that like turns on. You are scaring the children. Anyway, I wanted to get this. I was looking at the starter kits where you actually get this guy out of, and they're like $60 or $80. Like, they're ridiculously priced here in Canada, that is. But the reason I wanted this guy is I have a Lego CRT TV, a Lego NES, and if you place this guy on top and you crank the thing on the side of the TV, it actually plays the Mario song. So yeah, I wanted to pick him up, and I found him at a thrift store with just the figure for $15, which is still quite pricey, but it's probably the cheapest I'll ever get this for, and it just makes my Lego kit feel complete. But yeah, I'll put him over here. You can keep him on. Actually, you're making noise. Stop that. What are you doing? Get out of here. Bye. Now we got some amazing 64 games, starting with Pod Racer, Episode 1 Racer for the Nintendo 64. This was a lot of fun. It's only 2-player, but it's a good racing game for the system. And I never had it in my collection, and now I do. But it does pale a bit in comparison to this racing game, Diddy Kong Racing, which I think arguably is better than Mario Kart on the 64. Maybe not the newer Mario Karts, but definitely on the 64. This was my favorite racing game, partly because the adventure mode's a lot of fun, and the dynamic of having either a plane, hoverboat, or kart made it a lot of fun. The items are fun, the characters are fun, the challenges, everything about this game was great. I hope they bring this and Donkey Kong 64, for that matter, to the Switch Virtual Console, because everybody needs to play these games. They haven't yet, but I'm assuming that maybe with the new Donkey Kong game coming out, they might, release these games to kind of like hype up the crowd, get them all ready for all the monkeys. But you can only hope. But until then, I have this, so I can still play it at my leisure. Then for multiplayer games, we also have this must-have, Mario Party 2. It was between this and 3, because I only had the money for one. They were both over $100 at the retro game convention I went to, but I gravitate more to Mario Party 2. I like the maps a lot better. But yeah, either one you can't go wrong with. Having a nice game like this to break up some friendships is a must-have for everyone's collection. So you can play this when all your friends abandon you. But at least you'll have their stars. Then we have another game that breaks up friendships. Smash Brothers. This game was a lot of fun when it came out. It's still a lot of fun today, and it kicked off a huge series of Smash games, each one better than the last, except for maybe Brawl. Yeah, this game, a lot of fun. It's a bit faded, but still just a great game. All right, another great game everyone knows about, 007. Another game that I didn't have personally in my collection. It was at my friend's place. I was there all the time. We played a lot of this game. Everyone needs it. It's also on the virtual console, and it has online functionality, which is cool. So if you want to play it, it's on the virtual console, but it is also on my physical console. Great game to have in the collection, and it still has a really good campaign. Really fun to play. The everything's fun about this game. Multiplayer, single player, yeah, unlockables, no odd job. That's a rule. Then we also have, by the same people, Perfect Dark, which is more of a futuristic first-person shooter. Again, great single player, great multiplayer. They did make a second one on the 360, but it blew. So if you can own this, own it, but it is also on the virtual console and a lot of fun. So go play it. And the last 64 game I picked up was one that I used to rent all the time, but I could never find it in stores. I even went searching with my dad, could not find it, but now I finally have Harvest Moon 64 in my collection. I had to actually reach out to the game store and had them on the lookout for me. I went to a game convention because they said they always get trade-ins there and there's a good chance they'll pick it up. I went there, they didn't have it, drove all the way home, and then they messaged me and they said, "We're here for the next hour. We just got the game. We'll hold it for you." So I think it was like $110, but for me, it was worth every penny. Really happy to have this in my collection. And I would really like to play this, maybe stream it at some time. It's a super chill and it's a good game to just hang out, shoot the shit with people, and maybe one day we'll all talk while I'm harvesting my corn and petting my cows. And then the final piece that I picked up was at a vintage store. I found Super Mario 3 on the NES with its case, and it came with the manual, which is a bit beaten up, but altogether this was $25, which is a steal. Has all the instructions in it. You get to learn about all the Koopas and the big man himself. Yeah, so I was really happy to find this and to start my NES collection because I never actually owned the NES. But I'm going to pick one up now because I have probably the best game for the NES. I did play a lot of this when it was on Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. Super happy to have it now, the original version on the NES. And I'm going to play a lot of it once I finally get my NES. There we have it. That is everything I picked up. A really good haul over the past few months. Been really meaning to do this, and hopefully I'll be picking up a lot more cool retro games soon. I do have a lot on my list. One that I'm looking forward to finding and purchasing is Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, which is my favorite series, but the GameCube was the only system to have Twin Snakes, which was a remake of the first Metal Gear Solid game. Not the Super Nintendo ones, but Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PlayStation. But it had the graphics and gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 2. So I really want to get it. Hopefully they bring it to the virtual console for GameCube. But being that I own every other game in the series multiple times on multiple systems, I would really like to pick it up for the GameCube as well. Let me know what games you have picked up lately or things that you really want to own in your collection that you have yet to find in the comments down below. But until next time, keep on questing.